everyone. Welcome to Somcast. Today would be a special episode because we'll be having two guests instead of one. And it is going to be a musical episode because we have two guitarists with us. The first one is our senior, Prakriti. Hello, Prakriti.
Hi, Akshay.
And second one is our batchmate, Pushpendra. Hello, Pushpendra.
Hi, Atria.
And this episode, as usual, would be co-hosted by Akash Edilin. Hello, Akash.
Hello, Atria. This is probably the first time I'm saying that in this podcast. Let's get started with the episode itself. Prakriti, can you give us a brief introduction of yours?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Prakriti. I'm second year student from SOM of batch 2024, and I'm a guitarist at SOM. And regarding my education background, I'm a chemical engineer, and I was graduated in 2021.
Pushpendra, why don't you go ahead as well?
Sure, Akash. So I'm Pushpendra, and I'm from Hamirpur, Uttar Pradesh. And right now, like I'm the junior of Prakriti. I'm in SOM 25, and I also love to play guitar.
Yeah. So to begin with, Prakriti, when did you start? When did you get introduced to the world of guitar? What was it like?
Okay, so I love music from my childhood, but like I started my this music journey through music, through singing.
Yeah.
So I was singing from at school. In eighth class, I just moved to a boarding school, and there I got the opportunity to learn instruments, and there only I started learning guitar.
And for you, Pushpendra?
For me, it is a bit different. I was introduced to guitar like in I would say 11th, 12th class, where my classmates were playing guitar, and there I got an interest to play that instrument. And later on, when I enrolled in the BTech first year, like it was 2015, during that time I purchased my first guitar.
So a common question to both of you: what exactly fascinated you about guitar? Why not some other musical instrument, and why guitar?
Okay, so firstly, like in when I was in my school, like in my eighth standard, I just firstly seen guitar in my life, and at, and there in like music room there are a lot of other instruments, but why I chose it because like I heard my teachers as well as people playing it, and I found it very fascinating. And also,
Right.
other thing is that the honest reason is that at that time I perceived that the people who play guitar are very cool.
Yeah.
And cool and smart. So I also wanted
Here
to
to
do
be that. We all are aspiring to be that. Atria and me especially.
Yes, I can say for Akash for sure.
Yeah. So at that time I thought I should start with this instrument.
Yeah.
That's
For you, Pushpendra?
Exactly. For me, like I grown up like watching Bollywood movies and used to see the Salman Khan song "O Jane Jana," and that was a moment like when the guitar like it seemed very cool. Like it is a very cool instrument for me. So like I told you earlier also, like during class 11th, my classmates brought the guitar, and from there I just wanted to like if I want to learn music, I will be going with the guitar. And also it is a like very difficult instrument to play compared to other instruments, because there you have to control the melody as well as rhythm.
Right.
So it is a difficult instrument, and that also gave me a kick that if you want to learn something difficult. So that's why I chose like guitar, like to learn guitar.
Yeah. And
And also it's very unique instrument, like no like you find it like very unique, like instructors also. So I thought it was a very good opportunity.
so once you decided that you have to learn guitar and you will be pursuing this, how was the journey like? How were the initial days like? Was there any struggle? Was it hard, or did it come very naturally to you guys?
So like initially it was like it's very boring to learn because you have to play the same notes, you have to practice, and it's the task is very repetitive, and so it's boring. And also at that time I was very small, my fingers are very small, so it just felt difficult for me to put my fingers on that fretboard and all. But it took me like 1.5 year to just do the strumming and all, and also sing along with the guitar. So it was like boring at initial, but and the results are very fruitful. Like it's very enjoyable.
Was there any struggle in sense of like we don't see many women pursuing guitar in general? So were you the only women in the your cohort where you'll be the learning guitar, or were there support?
Yeah. Actually, while I was learning, I was the only woman over there. But I have my sister also. She was learning synthesizer. So we were together. Like we were together learning the things. We
Yeah.
got we in the period like music period. We have 45 minutes. Like so we used to spend our time there and learn. And also I like singing and also like music. So that was also one of the things that pushed me to learn that thing.
And
So
what about you, Pushpa?
For me, it was a completely new experience because, in my family, there is no one who plays music. So for me, it is quite unique, and there were very few friends like who used to play instrument or like to sing. And when I was in the college, like I told you, so in college, most of the time I used to play guitar and learn from the YouTube thing because I was not having access to a teacher there. So I learned most of the guitar from the YouTube itself. I heard to the music, various types of music. I tried to imitate them, and gradually I started learning like how we need to proceed with it. Like maybe it is a finger exercises that you start with with the fretboard, but gradually I started like developing the interest to like learn guitars. Then from the finger exercises, then I moved towards the normal chords, easier chords like we say E major, E minor, A major, A minor. These were the easier chords. Then like I started learning those chords. Then I gradually progressed from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
this is probably one question that I wanted to ask you both. As soon as we started with this podcast, I was like, this is the question that I have to ask. What was the very first song that you played and you were
yeah,
satisfied
yeah.
with?
Even my question was very similar to this. Akash again stole my question. Fine, Akash.
So my first song was Pani Da Rang. Uh, so I learned it like it was my first song which I played in front of everyone also. Like
Yeah.
there was one talent competition in school. I just sung that song and also played it. I messed it up in that my first performance, but because there were high notes in between, but it was a good performance. Everybody appreciated me, and it was also one of the very beautiful songs which I ever learned.
I chose a very easy song like it was like I give me some sunshine. Like we all watched the movie Three Idiots and we wanted to be in that phase. Like we are engineers and we have to learn this song. This should be the first song. So I learned that first song. That was my first song. While talking about the performance, so I gave my first performance. I think so. It was third year in the BTech, and it was a Independence Day or Republic Day. I'm not very sure about this. Like I cannot recall at this moment. But during that time, I gave my first performance on those classical Independence Day songs.
Yeah, like when I was like learning music also, then also I firstly started with this patriotic songs only. I used to sing bhajans and patriotic songs at schools, even in the college also. So yeah, it's quite good.
Exactly. Prakriti, I briefly touched upon it, and that was the next question that I had. It is very different playing to yourself, playing by yourself in your room, and playing in front of people. And you had just touched briefly upon like how it was to play in front of people, because most of our audience will also be one thing that is probably common among on all human beings in some level is stage fright.
Yeah.
So how did you go about it, both of you?
So yeah, like from my childhood, I was used to be very introvert person. Like I don't. Still, I'm like I have a fear of singing in front of everyone. Like I started music because I liked it. I love to hear songs. It's my hobby. I don't want to like. Start it because I want to perform in front of you. So initially it was like very difficult for me to go in front of everyone and sing, but slowly steadily I started like everybody pushed me because I play good and they always wanted to hear from me. So slowly like I performed in school, in my college also. I was a part of a music club there also. I started with some like jamming sessions in which few audiences are there. Then I slowly went to some cultural events where there is 2,000 people are there. So it is very slowly, steadily I moved to that, and it was like my club mates, my friends who are the who supported me, who just pushed me up. And yes, slowly I gained the confidence, and now I used to think in front of everyone.
Pushpa, was this a problem with you ever?
Exactly. Like it's on the similar note, like I'm also an introvert guy. Like I don't interact with a lot of people.
Just one thing before you answer that.
Uh,
Pushpa lives 2 rooms away from me, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen him outside his room like ever.
exactly. That is still true to the day. Like I'm an introvert. I love to interact with people, but once only I'm comfortable with the peoples. So that is the case with me. So similar was the case. Like I used to learn the guitar in my room through YouTube. And like I told, like it was the third year when I gave my first performance, and I was terribly shaking while I was giving my first performance. It was the my college auditorium, and VC sir was sitting right in front of me, and everything like was going around my head that I should not mess up at this moment. And I looked at VC sir's face, and he just gave me a bit of boost and confidence, like yes, you can do it at that moment only. And right then and there, I gained some confidence. I was able to perform that smoothly. So it was an achievement. And following that, I performed in a couple of like cultural events. Like it was maybe like it is the annual fest, and then the events followed on. Like I kept performing every time. Like and now I love to perform in every event.
Yeah. And how is the environment like at IIT and in SOM for musicians?
It is very collaborative environment. Like in IIT, you have a dedicated music room. Apart from that, in every hostels, there are some music instrument where you can go and practice.
Right.
Unfortunately, in Hostel 17, there is not a specific music room.
They are coming up with one.
It is coming up very soon. But yes, the environment is very collaborative. You just go to the music room. There are all sorts of instruments,
Yeah.
right from the acoustic guitar to high end electrical guitar with the amplifiers and the other instruments also.
Yeah.
People are very talented. You can collaborate with them, and you will learn the new heights of the music with them.
Yeah, so just an anecdote. Right in center of IIT, you have this place called Old Sac, and where at 3 o'clock at night, if you go, or 2 o'clock, you'll find a bunch of guitarists, bunch of musicians practicing. So that is how lively environment at IIT is for musicians.
And also, I want to add one thing. Like when I come here in the IIT, I was not knowing that there is dedicated music room inside the
Yeah.
hostels. I was thinking that you need to be a part of a music club only to access the music room and all and instruments, because in my previous college it was like that. So it is like very a good thing, because if you don't know music, any instrument or music, you are having facilities, you can access it every anytime, any, and there is no restrictions for that. So that is a good thing. If you want to learn by yourself, like you can explore it. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, now I'd like to ask a question regarding motivation. So for a lot of our audience and for me particularly, we start with one musical instrument. We devote some couple of months to it, but then that is it. We don't pursue it further. So what has made you guys stick to some up an instrument and pursue it for such a long duration of time?
So for me, it was like a passion. Like it is like you need to be persistent while you will be learning instruments. Like, and also it depends on like the kind of instrument you are just learning. If you are starting with like guitar or violin, so these are very hard to learn.
Yeah.
But if you want, if you can if you go with the drums and all, that you can learn like in a less duration.
Yeah.
So for these the tough instruments, you need to be persistent. You need to if you are not having the passion, if you don't enjoy what you are doing, then yeah, you can have this
You
thing.
can actually reach a roadblock, a creative roadblock
Yes,
also.
yes. But if it is your hobby, you love, you can do.
Yeah.
For me, it used to be like I used to learn the songs. So whenever there is a new song coming on, and I was like, I have to play this song, and I was able, like after doing certain practices, I was able to play that song, and that kept me motivating for the next song. And gradually, like while I was learning the music, initially I was just playing the chords. Then I got introduced to some scales and like music theory also.
Mhm.
From there, like I was able to generate more interest. Like there was a hunger to learn music, though I was not like though there was no access to a teacher for me during that time, but still I liked it. Like I wanted to enjoy it. That's why like I searched on the youtube as well as googled it, what are the music theories, what are the scales, and how you should be linking one scale to the other scale, and how it should be done.
Right.
So that kept me motivating, and I just wanted to go to a new music, newer height, and that kept me motivated.
Yeah.
And still, like nowadays, like it's like we are not getting sufficient time, but still, whenever I'm picking my guitar, I'm just trying to get back where I left it. So that is the thing.
Probably one question here to Prakriti, because you have spent like over a year in SOM now.
Yeah.
How has the musical journey been in SOM for you?
And have you been able to manage the musical aspect of you along with the rigorous academics that we have here?
Yeah. So like when I came to this song, like initial 3-4 months are very quite hectic. Like we have placement sessions, and at that time I was not into in this music. But after that, whenever this ended, like we have a lot of events here,
Yeah.
like the culture society
Lots.
Somskriti
Yeah, yeah.
organizes, and also there is a business fest and all.
Yeah.
There is culture night, so everything is like motivated me, pushed me to go, and I just performed in many of the events here also. So
Yeah.
so and because I also brought my guitar here, so I was learning, I was playing the
Yeah.
music. So I played here, and I learned also new things. I'm learning drums also. I like drums. So here I'm in my hostel music room. I'm learning that also. I also got that opportunity. And apart from that, I also we also perform with the group. Like group performances is also there. So we all come together and learn and sing. So and play also. So my journey was quite fascinating. It's good. And coming to the academics, initially it was like hectic. After that, the curriculum is quite chill. You get time
Yeah.
in the evenings. You can spend like 45 minutes an hour.
Yeah.
It's easy to take out that much time for.
Yeah. We have discussed how you guys learned guitar and other musical instruments, but how has learning guitar influenced you? How has it changed you as a person, or maybe a more well-rounded personality? Talk about that.
For me, I would say like learning guitar, it was a thing. Like you have to be perseverant enough to learn any instrument. So for me, it's like you have to push your boundaries every time, and that has been seen in my life also. Like I've seen in myself that now I'm pretty consistent if I want to achieve something, and that is also one reason like why I was able to crack the cat and
Yeah.
I eventually landed here. So being consistent, it has to be like this.
Yeah, so similar for me also. Like you need to be consistent and also patient at the same time, because sometimes the things required time for get the desired result. So yes, learning guitar will help me to be persistent, patient, and also it just removed all my helped me in gaining confidence and also my stage fear, which I was having. And also through this, I use like I become famous also in my
Yeah,
sometimes in my
that I think is
college and
less
also
talked about, that how much it increases your coolness quotient.
coolness also.
Because guitar is, I think, one instrument that is the most associated with the most cool
Yeah.
people, the more
So it
yeah.
brings confidence to
Yeah, yeah.
yourself.
Also the friendships and all that you build while performing, in a group,
Yeah.
in a band rather.
you build a band, you build new friends, and rightly starting from my room,
Yeah.
my roommate, he sings and I play.
Oh.
So that is a very collaborative environment for me. Like whenever I want to perform, I can just like pick up my guitar. I don't need to go anywhere to collaborate with anyone.
I think Pushpendra's room is the most musical room that we have.
We will get Kumar sort of soon.
Yeah, that is
Definitely.
on our plan.
Sure.
Okay, now getting to the last segment of the podcast, we
The
have
rapid fire. Yeah.
We are going to ask you a few quick questions, and you can take a few moments to think, but not a lot.
Hmm.
So the first question,
Yeah.
I'll start with the first one. Atliya, go with the second.
All right.
The first question is going to be for both of you. What is the one song that you play for yourself? You can play it for others, but what's the one song that you like to play by yourself just to feel good?
Which is your go-to song? Like which after a hard, tiring day is a song that you'll play and you'll feel at home, much more relaxed.
Well, I would say I don't play any particular song. I just pick my guitar, I just play some chords, then I progress to some scales, which gives me like a better it gives me a better feeling at that moment of time.
Akash, meanwhile, is wondering what are these scales and all the.
So for me,
Yeah.
so for me, like some of the very easy songs like Gulabi Aankhe,
Oh.
Wo Lamhe. So these are very melodious and easy to sing and easy to play. So these are some of the things.
Second, which one is your go-to song? Like, which one is your song which you would like to learn in future, which you haven't perfected yet, but is on your cards?
My heart will go on. I want to learn the complete leads of that song.
But one, if you have to choose one, then which one?
That my heart will go on. My heart will go on.
Okay.
So currently, I am just learning this Californication.
California. Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Now, Akash, you can ask your question.
Yes. So the question that I wanted to ask was, both of you, I think Prakriti already answered this question, so this question is only for Pushpa. What is the next instrument you want to learn? Prakriti already said drums. So what is the next instrument that you want to learn?
So I want to learn flute. Like I have a flute. I know how to play the notes, but I'm not like able to play a complete melody.
Did Nishant, by the way, Nishant is another of our batchmates at SOM 25, and he also plays.
We'll meet him soon.
Yeah. We will have him on our podcast very soon. He's a national level flute player, and maybe did he influence that in some way?
No. I bought it way before. Like when I purchased my second guitar, then and there only I purchased the flute also because I wanted to learn it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and the final question for the podcast, both of you, if you had to describe guitar in one word, which cannot be guitar again, if you had to describe it in one word, what would it be?
Sukoon.
Sukoon, nice.
Yeah.
Sukoon captures quite a lot of.
Yeah, I think that was a brilliant note.
Yeah. Especially Sukoon is what you need in a corporate life. So I think going forward, after a hectic, tiring corporate, day at corporate, just half an hour of guitar will actually soothe your nerves and relax you a lot.
So Prakriti, it's Sukoon for you too?
Yeah, Sukoon. Definitely Sukoon.
Yeah. So with this, we come to the end of our podcast. We hope you like the podcast and you can like, share, and subscribe us on various social media platforms. And we will be continuing this series and bringing more guests from SOM in future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.